Alright, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 AlphaStar cast. We're going to be having another one of these just single AlphaStar games. Should be an epic one here. It's going to be AlphaStar playing Zerg. The buggy race, the classic movie monster aliens, taking on a Masters Protoss. Also seen pretty much in Halo. They're pretty similar to that, so fight me if you want to debate on that one. But anyway, all jokes aside, getting on into this game, the map is going to be New Repugnancy, a PvZ, and we'll see how well AlphaStar is going to do against a Masters Protoss today. AlphaStar has shown that it is reached incredible heights in StarCraft 2. However, it does have a lot of wacky ladder adventures along the way. All these replays are from the DeepMind AlphaStar replay pack that was released from AlphaStar playing on the public StarCraft 2 ladder. So it ran into a lot of just StarCraft 2 people going about their day, a lot of players going about their day, and it created these matches. And so we've got a Masters Protoss player scouting out AlphaStar right now, but nothing's out of the ordinary just yet. This Protoss player, he's just worried about the Zerg potentially cheesing him or something like that. Nothing too major or anything like that, though. It's just one of the things that you do for peace of mind, in a sense. Now we take a look here. AlphaStar just playing it pretty darn normally. And then same with the Masters Protoss. So, ladies and gentlemen, as this video is going to be getting underway, let's aim for 57 likes, because the timer was at 57. I know, that's quite a bit higher than like the usual like 4 that we aim for. But you guys really do like that, like this AlphaStar. So, while the game's heating on up, just slap that like button, and all the support is appreciated. And of course, if you are new to the channel, feel free to press that subscribe button, as I do post a lot of these AlphaStar videos, a lot of other StarCraft 2 videos as well, so feel free to do that and check that out. Now we'll just continue watching here as this game's going to go underway. And yeah, I mean, Stargate is on the way for the Protoss player. And Stalker as well. Protoss player went for one Adept, then follows it up with a Stalker. Adept gonna go scout out the Zerg. It's a very handy scouting unit for the Protoss player. Has a lot of mobility, so you can scout out the Zerg. Basically make sure that there isn't like a ton of lings coming your way, which with AlphaStar could be a possibility here. This Adept actually goes on in, but oh, she is in trouble. She runs into the Zerg base. Sees probably about, oh, I don't know, 10, 12 Zerglings or so. And that's going to be raising alarm bells for this Protoss player, because this is a Zerg aggression coming his way, and oh, this Protoss player is just responding just right, it would seem. Has another Adept on the way out, immediately started up that gateway, and a shield battery. The shield battery is so important here that that's on the way, because right now a ton of Zerglings are moving across the map for AlphaStar. They're going to be rushing this Protoss player's base. The Stalker and the Adept are going to have to fight for their life, but as the sentry's about to pop out, there isn't too much to worry about for the Protoss player. These Lings are just running into the grinder, but the shield battery finishes up, and they are repelled. Now with that shield battery, these units should be able to hold this wall pretty much indefinitely. And I think AlphaStar has been repelled here. That Protoss player wanted to make sure he got his Adept in that wall. But with another Oracle on the way out for the Protoss player, with the shield battery, another Adept about to pop out, there is nothing to worry about here. A good response. This was AlphaStar really testing the Protoss player. Just saying, hey, you ready for a ton of Zerglings? Because I'm capable of that. I'll fire those up. So AlphaStar committed to this aggression, but we have seen in the past that AlphaStar is fine. Macroing its way out of situations, because it is so good at macro. So we'll see how it's going to play the game from here on out. However, if this was just a normal StarCraft 2 game, you generally consider the Zerg player at this point to be pretty far behind. However, that really does hinge on how well this Masters Protoss is going to play this game out here. We'll see what tech he's going to go for next. Looks like he's warping in a few Adepts now because he's interested in trying to secure up a third base with his Oracles, with his Adepts. And yeah, just playing a pretty good game here. But oh, here we go. AlphaStar going to be facing a Fleet Beacon already. Now, this is a curious build from the Protoss player. Going to be potentially going for, oh, I don't know, Carriers or Phoenix. A Phoenix is on the way. Carriers or Tempest or Phoenix. Phoenix are on the way. And this Phoenix is going to be here to repel these Overlords that AlphaStar has hanging around. The Oracles as well are moving on in for the Protoss player. Going to be picking off the Queen there as the other Oracle engages. Look at this. This Protoss player, very good control. Micros back the injured Queen or the injured Oracle and now has free reign over AlphaStar's drone line. Oh, this is really bad here for the Zerg player, for AlphaStar, as it loses a ton of drones, loses 2 queens, I believe that was. 3 queens have actually gone down. And yeah, a very, very good play from the Protoss player. Now, this is a little unorthodox from the Masters Protoss, as he's building just 1 carrier at a time for the time being. Worried about a lot of Lings still out on the map. His macro has been a little bit disrupted, but he is getting up a third base. There's another Stargate on the way. And this Protoss player is going to be going full Sky Toss, which is a beautiful style to play. It's honestly my favorite way to play versus Zerg, as it's fun to get up like the golden armada that Protoss has, build up that big fleet. And now we take a look here. We have got the shield battery finishing up at the third with all these Adepts tucked into the third. This Protoss player should be safe. However, AlphaStar may be looking to put on the pressure, but with a carrier out, with Oracles in the sky, with a lot of energy, I don't know if AlphaStar is going to be able to make too much happen here. The Adepts come out, they're going to engage the Lings. The shield battery is going to help them out. The Oracles are coming back, they're going to activate their pulsar beams, and I think AlphaStar's attack is just going to get wrecked here. Look at this, yeah, these Oracles, the Adepts are buffered long enough. This attack should be shut down. There should even be a carrier somewhere in the mix, but that guy's got to get into the fight. There we go. Carrier is getting into the fight. We do take a look, though. I mean, the Protoss player isn't cleaning this up as quick as I thought he would with his carrier now in the fight. He's actually lost one of his Oracles. Another is out of energy. This is actually looking a lot more dicey than I thought it would be. The third is about to die. I honestly thought this Protoss player would be fine, but that is not the case. Committing to the carrier tech has left him vulnerable to this Roach attack. The natural is mainly safe at this point. However, the third base is going to fall. AlphaStar has knocked down this Protoss player. The Protoss, though, quick reaction here, realizes there's no units at his natural, or in his natural, throws up a wall, but that doesn't hold for too long, and we could be about to see a ton of probes go down. The probes are running for their life, waiting for the carrier interceptors to clean up all of these Zerglings, but they're taking so long. The probes have to retreat from the main base now, while the carrier count has ascended to 3, soon to be 4, I believe. Yeah, 3 for now anyway. This Protoss player is taking a lot of damage. +1 has finished up, so the interceptors are cleaning this up quicker. But this has been a lot of damage here. You can take a little bit of damage when you're reaching for a higher tech, but I think this was too much for the Protoss player to hold on. We're going to take a look. There's still Roaches in his main base. There is even Lings attacking the probes. These probes need to get back to work, but they're still just gone under constant pressure here, as AlphaStar has even walked a single queen across the map. Oh boy, yeah, this Protoss player is not in a good spot. He's got a ton of money right now. I think he just needs to start making a ton of probes, keep making the carriers that he can, but I don't know what he can do. I think he's got to go for like a solid wall too. Like, you got to wall off your natural. I don't know. It's a tough spot for the Protoss player. However, he does have 5 carriers at this point, which are capable of turning this around if they move across the map. Protoss player is going to complete that wall, and it's important to note these are also +1 carriers, so they're going to deal a fair bit of a punch. And oh, look at this, AlphaStar even left another queen out on the map. AI is a little bit derping here. It's like, need anti-air, send the 2 queens. That was not enough, though, to handle 5 carriers. And we'll see if AlphaStar is actually going to be able to defend versus this, but it has done the correct thing now. It's on 4 bases, 72 drones, and it just needs to pump out Corruptors. 9 Corruptors are on the way. With the Queen support, that should be enough to take care of these carriers. And, AlphaStar does get supply blocked a little bit, though, so that's going to be all the units for now. Drones are starting to die. These carriers are really doing what they can. They've got their +1 too. That's going to help them out, but I don't know if they're going to be able to take on 9 Corruptors. Where are they now? The Corruptors are actually going to the other side of the map. The 3rd base of the Protoss under fire. AlphaStar is just saying, whatever. Ignore the carriers in my main base. Keep building Corruptors. Send them across the map. And, yeah, don't engage the carriers for now. And just keep running, basically. The Interceptor's going to start attacking the Queens. Potentially going to kill off this base, kill off a lot of the Overlords, too. For now, it looks like the engagement's going to happen. The Protoss player actually recalls one of the carriers, goes down, and that actually really, really hurts the Protoss player because this is just a Protoss player on 2 bases, low economy, just trickling out Stargate units. So that was 1/5 of his carrier fleet gone there, and that really hurts. So I don't know if this Protoss player is going to be able to contend now because AlphaStar has churned out quite a few Corruptors, 16 Corruptors versus 3 Void Rays, 4 carriers. +2 will be out for the Voids and carriers, which is really going to help out, but I still don't know if it's enough. The Masters Protoss is on 2 bases, starting to mine out, and it's going to be close. Corruptors are also lurking here. The Void Rays, they can potentially turn this around, though. But I don't know, Void Rays aren't even that good versus Corruptors in low numbers because the Corruptors just volley them down. Yeah, look at that. One of the Void Rays already gone. The carriers just can't actually really engage these. The Corruptors are coming in for AlphaStar. AlphaStar says, now's my moment. The Void Rays turn on that prismatic alignment, but I don't know if there's going to be enough in the skies for the Protoss player. Another Void Ray pops out, but the air fleet is falling, and this air fleet is not going to get replaced. AlphaStar traded out pretty darn well there, picking off some of the critical air units, and with that being the case, there's just not enough. Like, AlphaStar is back up to 47 drones, making more, can just keep making Corruptors, and Corruptors are honestly superb air units. Like, you may not know this, but like they'll fare pretty well versus any air army that's out there, unless there's area of effect damage, like Psystorm or something, and there isn't any Psystorm for the Protoss players. So, with that being the case, this Protoss is in a lot of trouble. These Zealots are gonna run away. They'll stay alive, but this Protoss player is just stuck on 2 bases. AlphaStar is rebuilding its economy as time goes on, rebuilding a lot quicker, building a stronger army than the Protoss player can. There is the +2 for the Protoss, so there's a chance, but when you're on 2 bases 13 minutes into the game, it is looking mighty tough for the Protoss. AlphaStar also has these roaches on the ground. It's just like, well, I guess I can try and attack with these. They're not really important. It's all about the air fight this game. And this Protoss player, he's trying to get up another base here, but or another cyber core, but I'm not sure if that's what he needs, because soon enough he's going to be way too broke to even produce off that. I don't know if he's just going to try and like max out on Void Rays or something, which would be a curious choice. I mean, he could, but that would be like just so odd. We'll take a look right now. A ton of Corruptors out for AlphaStar. It's just waiting, just calculating whether it's time to take the fight or not. 9 Void Rays, 2 carriers, and a Phoenix. We can't forget the single Phoenix versus all these Corruptors. It's going to be a close fight. I mean, the Void Rays do deal a lot of damage with their +2 attack, but this Protoss is still just stuck on 2 bases versus a 4-base Zerg. AlphaStar is uncontained, whereas the Protoss is rapidly running dry right now. And I'm not sure what the Protoss can do. AlphaStar is just going up and up in supply. The Protoss says, alright, it's time for more shield batteries, time for more Void Rays, and +3 attack off his Cyber Core that he rebuilt. Oh, he didn't actually have a Cyber Core. Okay, so he didn't actually go for 2, pardon me. He lost his first one. Silly me. I correct myself on that. And oh, a mothership is going to be the tech of choice for the Protoss, deciding to commit to that. That's a lot of money, so it's a big commitment. Corruptors and Void Rays skirmishing it out. But with 9 more Corruptors on the way, it really just shows the production that AlphaStar has compared to the Protoss. Corruptors are just pretty darn good. They're pretty cost efficient versus most air armies, unless there's area of effect damage. We see how much the Corruptors are clumping up for the Zerg right now, and if there was Psystorm or something, that would really turn it around. But in a head-on fight without area of effect damage, this many Corruptors is nigh unstoppable. 35 in the sky now for AlphaStar as we wait for this Protoss to do something, probably just to die if we're being brutally honest, as he's still on 2 bases. Like, this Protoss player just has no quit in him. Like, you gotta give it his all for trying. A for effort. But AlphaStar is about to max out. AlphaStar is looking real scary. As, look at this, yeah, it's just such an air army. AlphaStar decides maybe now or never. Void Rays are melting a lot of the Corruptors, though. The Roaches also get melted as AlphaStar throws away a lot of supply, but I'm guessing that's to free up more room for Corruptors, just to go mass into the Corruptors. Tempest are on the way, but Tempest are pretty junk these days, if we're gonna be honest. Let's take a look here. Yeah, Tempest doing their thing. More Corruptors on the way, more drones on the way. AlphaStar 5 bases versus 2. The Protoss player is mined out in his main. He's pretty much mined out in his natural as he's long distance mining and trying to commit to a 3rd base. Okay, the very delayed expansion attempt. Gotta give it to him for trying that. But I don't know if you're the Protoss what you're supposed to do. The mothership is in the sky. But I don't know if that helps out versus this many Corruptors. We take a look. Corruptor's gonna dive on in. They're gonna focus down 1 or 2 of the units there. A lot, of course, some of the Corruptors died during that. But the Protoss player can't afford to replace these as easily as the Zerg. AlphaStar, though, I mean, is just sitting back, building Corruptors. It's on a 71 drone economy, though. That's a lot better than the Protoss. The +3 attack really is helping the Protoss army melt these Zerg units. But here we go. In goes AlphaStar. Corruptors dive on top of the mothership. Of course, some of them die. That was, I don't know, like 10 Corruptors died during that. But the Protoss can't afford to replace his units as well as this. And as these Corruptors fly on over, they're just going to kind of waddle over this base. The Protoss is really scared of these Corruptors at this point. There's just so many. Tempest are going to engage the Corruptors, start shooing them away. The Overseers of AlphaStar don't actually have speed yet, so they're going to be easy pickings. But still, this is so odd. We're 17 minutes into the game at this point. You gotta give it to this Masters Protoss. Here we go, AlphaStar diving on in though. Prismatic alignment being used on some of the Void Rays. There we go, it's used on the rest of them. And we do see there, players trade out. Once again, the Protoss's supply is pretty much staying stagnant though, while AlphaStar's is going up and up. The current count is 28 Corruptors to 10 Void Rays, 3 Tempest, and 1 Carrier. And while AlphaStar is maybe not going about this in the most effective way, it could get like a Viper or something versus Mass Void Rays, or I don't even know. But it doesn't seem to be doing this in the most effective way, as it builds another Roach Warren, which is kind of odd. But, you know, the Protoss player is staying alive at this point. He has secured up a 3rd base, so his income is significantly improved at this point. He's able to make 3 Void Rays at a time right now, which, I mean, if AlphaStar doesn't go into area of effect damage at some point, we could very, very well see... Yeah, we could very, very well see the Protoss player reach that mass air army, and if AlphaStar doesn't use the correct counters, it could potentially be problematic. I mean, Mass Void Ray isn't a good composition, but if your opponent doesn't make like Vipers or doesn't make Infestors, it's actually alright. I mean, it's not bad, particularly when the upgrades are in favor of the Protoss. It's like a Corruptor or 2 get killed off there by the Void Rays, instantly evaporated. But still, the Protoss player has a long way to go to come back in this game. Corruptors try and engage that 3rd Nexus with their Caustic Spray. Void Rays working away on some of the Corruptors. They don't actually have their prismatic alignment, so they can't melt those Corruptors as quick as they can, but more Tempest now on the way for the Protoss as he realizes, right, I need some more of those Tempests to punish the Zerg when I'm overcommitting here. And let's take a look. There we go. Tempest working away on those Corruptors. The Mothership a little bit exposed, but pulled back. Nicely done by the Protoss. It's the Protoss going to turn this around. I mean, army supply is equal. AlphaStar has a big bank, but it's kind of dilly-dallying. It hasn't mass expanded. It hasn't invested into better tech versus Void Rays. I mean, a parasitic bomb or two would be immaculate versus this many Void Rays. The Void's gonna engage the Corruptors once again, though. A few Corruptors getting picked off. Is the hype alive? Does AlphaStar not know how to handle this composition? So far, it's looking like it. I mean, this Protoss was dead to rights like 10 minutes ago. The Mothership does go down. The Void Rays engaging the Corruptors as the Corruptors focus down some of those high-cost Tempest, high-cost Mothership. But that costs AlphaStar a lot of units there. That was a ton of Corruptors that died. And the Void Ray count still remains at 17. The Zerg, though, gonna back off. This has given the Protoss some confidence, but he's still got to be careful. With a lack of any armor upgrades or anything, his Void Rays, they're still pretty soft here, and 19 more Corruptors are on the way, so I honestly don't think the Protoss can move out. He just needs to sit back still, because while 17 Void Rays are good, AlphaStar can just churn out a lot of Corruptors here. I mean, if it takes an inopportunistic fight or something, though, there's a chance, but this is still so dicey. I'm just not used to seeing mass Void Rays armies working like this. So AlphaStar kind of just derping a little bit, is sharking around with its Corruptors. It's unsure whether it can take a fight, and now it's going to lose its lair. It's going to lose a base here. Even Zealot's going for counter-harassment by the Protoss. This is beautiful play from the Protoss here. And AlphaStar is kind of just getting mass Void Raid right now. This is really, really bizarre. Oh my gosh, those Voids just melting everything. That is actually just beautiful. As they're just cooking Overlords, they're just destroying everything. AlphaStar is now supply blocked, so what you see is what you get. Probes are going to have to abandon the third base, as we're heading into a bit of a base race right now, but the Spire is now gone. AlphaStar is losing base after base here as it's mass expanding in trouble. But, I mean, its army is what it has, and it might not actually be able to take on this many Void Rays. So, we'll see. What does the Protoss do? He does recall. I was waiting for that. There's the recall. The Tempest are here. The Mothership pops out. Perfect synchronization there. And now the Voids can shoo away these Roaches, shoo away these Corruptors. And AlphaStar's economy is in ruins. I mean, really, it lost a ton of its tech. It still has a pretty good drone count, but compared to the situation it was, AlphaStar is not in a good spot. This one Void Ray even left behind, gonna pick off this hatchery, a very nice play. AlphaStar has now decided to mass expand as it's building just a ton of bases, 5 hatcheries on the way at a time, just in the panic there. I guess it's like, oh, I'm gonna be eliminated, but I mean, it's really just, it's derping so hard, you silly AI. AlphaStar having Void Rays or having Corruptors be cooked up, one of the bases gets popped. Well, a lot more hatcheries are on the way. That's not what AlphaStar needs. It needs a bigger army. It needs like 200 Corruptors or a Viper or something, and it just doesn't seem to have that in the back of its mind. It's just not thinking about it. It doesn't process that. And right now, AlphaStar is like, you know what would do me well versus all these Void Rays right now? Some Roaches, some Ravagers. And the answer to that is AlphaStar, I don't think you're right. Because these Roaches getting cooked up is not helping out. We are seeing a big AI derp here, ladies and gentlemen, as, yeah, this is just Zerg getting purified here by the Golden Armada. You've got to give it to it. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to use these Void Rays in the thumbnail, just cooking up all this Zerg. A lot of Ravagers are on the way, so maybe Corrosive Bile could work, but it's usually not the first go-to answer for Zerg versus mass air, because you're relying on your opponent not dodging them. Now we are seeing the Zerg gonna go counterattack. These probes are all gonna die, so this Protoss player... Wait, was that like the last probe? The Protoss player is down to 0 probes now. The third base is under fire. But AlphaStar still remains in this game. There hasn't been a recall yet. The Protoss is kind of unsure of what to do as he keeps cooking up these bases, but gets punished back at home. Is there going to be a recall? Not yet. There we go. There's the recall to try and repel the Zerg. We'll see if there's going to be the one final big fight. Is all the Protoss here? Yes, it is. The army supply is pretty even, but the Zerg has a ton of Ravagers and Roaches, which don't really help. And we take a look right now, it's 23 Corruptors versus 20 Void Rays. I'll take those odds for humanity as these Ravagers are trying to toss down Corrosive Bowels. If they can hit like the mass clumped up Void Rays, it can work. But otherwise, there's just no hope for AlphaStar as it's trying to use Corrosive Bowel as reliable anti-air, when in fact it is not. It's gotten 1 or 2 nice hits, but not enough to close the gap here. The Corruptors are just being melted. They're running away endlessly. And AlphaStar just hasn't seemed to consolidate it. It seems to have some flaws in the late game. And as these Ravagers are going to just melt instantly to the mass +3 Void Rays, it's not looking good for AlphaStar here. I honestly thought this game would have been over like 10 minutes ago or so, or 15 minutes ago, but we're still going 25 minutes into the game. AlphaStar is running around, but I don't know if the human's gonna throw the lead like AlphaStar did here, as there's just nothing left for the AI, really. It's really just showing us how to throw a game in this situation. The base is being cooked up. There's still a couple of hatcheries left for AlphaStar, but there's really nothing else. And that's gotta be it. The AI derping hard today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it once again, just while we wait for the Protoss to purify what remains of the Zerg. Press that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And we do take a look here. Yeah, I mean, Corruptors sharking about. Void Ray is gonna cook up these hatcheries. This is just AlphaStar. Just like, all right, we're gonna go hide out over here. I'm gonna start making some drones. That's what I need to do. But it's just done. It's just done as the Void Ray kills an extractor. And it seems that this Protoss is pretty sure of where to go. He's heading in the right direction for the final base, and that's it. GG. AlphaStar gets defeated in probably the biggest throw that I've ever seen AlphaStar do. Like, that was just some hard derping, and it goes to show that how the AI works. Like, it just doesn't think of better answers or have a lot of fundamentals or anything like that. I don't know. But yeah, all those things I said before, the likes, the subs, consider doing that. And also join my Discord. If you're staying to the end here, I'm just going to do a little bit of a spiel. Check out my Discord. It's a fun community there. I mean, it's pretty small. There's literally dozens of us. So we got that going for us, which is nice. And also, there's another thing on the channel. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, I added a join button at the end of that. So there is the option, if you want now, to support the channel. I'm completely not reliable on YouTube or anything like that, so no obligation, but you can support the channel, get like badges and stuff if you want to get a membership. And then I threw in like a few other options for there. If people really enjoy the channel and want to support, you can play me in like 1v1s, or you can also get a replay cast on the channel and things like that. Just ways to kind of help me justify spending so much time casting Starcraft 2. Some days I literally do drive home just to cast Starcraft 2 when I have other things to do throughout the day, as I actually don't cast where I spend the majority of my time. So it's actually a bit of a trek. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. It's all optional. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.